Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to 2024. I hope you've got your feet under the desk. This video is aimed at especially the better, customer-minded, professional, considerate, caring estate agents in the UK who do what they do because they understand the importance of helping people move on from one stage of their life to the next. I have spent over 20 years, every working day of my life for over 20 years, in and out of estate agents' offices, up and down and around the country. And in that time, I have seen the best and the worst of estate agency. And I'm yet to meet anybody else who has spent that long doing that with a bigger, diverse range of estate agents. And what it's shown me is that there is a way forward to fix the problems in estate agency, to fix the problems that movers are facing, and to make a massive improvement to the functionality of the housing market. Now, what I've witnessed over those 20 years is a gradual decline in the agents who deserve business actually winning it. I've seen a gradual increase in the wrong sorts of agents doing the wrong sorts of things, winning the business. And as Christopher Watkin puts out in his content quite often, the large corporate agencies basically clean up about 80% of all market share. I think that's a very rough stat, okay? And I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong on that. But roughly speaking, the large corporate agencies clean up around 80% of the market share, meaning that very large numbers of small agents are left fighting and squabbling over the scraps of what's left, basically. And the worst part of this is that I know exceptional, outstanding, professional, accomplished, considerate agents who've spent decades looking after their customers. I have watched them gradually have to fight harder and harder and harder to maintain their market share as they keep on losing out more and more market share to agents that don't deserve it. Why? What does this boil down to? Roughly speaking, it boils down to overvaluing. And the fact that overvaluing is not just telling a seller knowingly telling a seller that their house is worth more than it is. Overvaluing is an entire corporate strategy where they are making money even on the listings that they don't sell, which is the reason why companies like Foxtons and Dexter's can only sell, as per 2022's figures, less than 30% of what they list and still be profitable companies. And that is a strategy that small businesses, whether you're a one-man band or whether you are a small independent with 2 or 3 branches, this is a strategy that you cannot win with if you're a small agent, okay? Because overvaluing on its own to win instructions doesn't work unless you can actually monetize the listings that you are winning but not selling. And how do they do that? We know how they do that. They do that by using it to get more mortgage leads and more conveyancing and more referral leads, so they don't care. And also, if they've got the largest inventory, guess what happens? They get the most inquiries, and the most inquiries turns into the most leads, and that's how they're monetizing it. So they're actually making money without even selling most of the stuff that they list. Well, what good is that if you're a mover trying to sell your house? And you can see this from the numbers of properties just sitting on the market. They list you and they lock you in. And so when I talk about overvaluing and how I intend to help you, the good agents of the UK, actually stop overvaluing, when I talk about overvaluing in this series of videos I'm going to be doing in 2024, I'm not only talking about the practice of knowingly bullshitting a seller on how much their house is worth. I'm talking about the entire machinery behind it, the lead gen, the tech, the referral income, the ridiculous referral deals that they're getting, all of it that actually supports this toxic practice of overvaluing, which in my view is the cancer killing good estate agency. And my goal for 2024 for agents is to help good agents who actually know their patch and care about their customers put an end to what I call the overvaluing strategy. Now, you might say, Charlie, good luck with that. No one's ever tried it before. It is doable. I absolutely guarantee and promise you it is doable. And we may not eradicate it completely because there will always be the total banana head sellers who will believe anything they're told, who just want to believe their house is worth a ridiculous amount of money. And there will always be the banana head estate agents who will list stuff that they know they can't sell. But that won't last forever, and we can reduce it. And in fact, Christopher Watkins' own data shows that the large name brand corporates are starting to slightly lose their market share. I think that's going to continue in 2024. So for those of you who don't know that much about me, my background, what I know about estate agency, let me give you a very short background, because I'm going to be asking you to watch my videos this year. And I'm going to be sharing with you what I have learned from all of these incredible agents I've worked with in the last 20 years. So these aren't my ideas, right? Nothing I'm telling you is my ideas. All of it is outstanding practice and conduct and strategy and tactics from the agents that I've worked with around the UK for the last 20 years. So I am just a messenger sharing, and I've seen it all, the good and the bad, right? And I've handpicked the best bits, which any agent of any size can adopt. This is the point, right? What I'm going to be sharing with you and what I'm going to be teaching you, what I'm going to be offering you this year is an approach to your estate agency business, whether you are a one-man band, self-employed under a franchise brand, whether you are a business owner of your own, under your own brand, whether you're the owner-manager of a small, medium, independent, or even if you are among the management of a larger estate agency and you are keen to turn it around, to step away from knowingly overvaluing and then having to fight to get the sellers to lower their prices for the next 3 months. Any size, if you want to get away from overvaluing and to end up with a much higher instructed to sold ratio, at higher fees, with less wasted time, with happier customers, and above all else, a larger number of instructions coming to you because you have been recommended and referred by local people. That's what I'm here to help show you this year. And I'm the first to admit my mistakes and my weaknesses, but this is a strength I have, and it's a unique strength, and I don't know anyone else that's got it, because I've also designed. Why have I been talking to agents for 20 years? Because I've been a provider of technology and marketing services to them, going back to the very early 2000s, and all over in London, all over the UK, and also in Australia for quite a few years. Not anymore. I've lost my train of thought. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee when I get back. The technology that I've provided has been built around the best practices of these great agents over the years. And it's allowed me to see exactly what works and exactly what doesn't. And I will keep on repeating this promise, right? No matter who you are, if you are an employee of an estate agent thinking about setting up on your own, or you're an employee of an estate agent that wants to stay where you are, but you want to be better, all of this is for you guys, because my mission, my entire career, has been to help make moving easier for people who need to move. And what I've watched in the last 20, I'm failing in my mission, because it's now harder to move than it ever has been in the 25 years I've been involved in the property industry. So far, fail, massive fail. I've helped my customers. I've helped my estate agency businesses help their customers move more easily. But the way I want to do it is by helping more agents know how to beat the bad agents. And the key is this, right? You will never beat them at their own game. And that's the overvaluing game. You will never beat them at that. You cannot. It's a mathematical problem. You cannot beat them at the overvaluing game, because the overvaluing as a deliberate strategy is only financially viable if you are a large volume business, right? Just removing all your feelings and thoughts and emotions about the rights and the wrongs of it. Put all that to one side, and let's just look at the hard numbers. Overvaluing as a strategy is a losing game unless you are a very large volume business. And even for the large volume businesses, it's becoming less and less and less profitable. So what do you want to do? Do you want to keep on fighting on a playing field where you're going to lose and it's going to get harder, and you're going to be working longer and longer hours for ever diminishing returns? Or do you want to beat them at a game that they can't play, that results in never having to overvalue someone's property, that results in a higher success rate at the pitch when you're in someone's home trying to win their business, a much, much higher conversion rate of people you meet to people who actually instruct you, at a higher fee, and ending up with instructions where you've got clients who want to work with you rather than against you? And whilst doing all of that, building a reputation that gets you more referrals. Referrals is like free business. It just walks in the door and you've earned it because you've done the job so well for other customers that those customers want to refer you. And just, by the way, getting people's house sold isn't enough to get you referrals. You have got to deliver them something that they didn't expect, and it is doable. You do not need to be a genius. You do not need to be you do not need any special abilities to do this. You just need the right attitude. You need to care about your customers. I can't help you with that. If you don't care about your customers, I really deeply actually care about them, I can't help you with that. And this isn't going to work for you. And you need to know your patch. Right? I can't help you with that either. You need to know your patch. And you need to know estate agency, the ins and outs of the actual processes. Those things you need to get trained with, or spend more time with your employee or whatever to build up. But if you are someone that knows your patch, cares about your customers, and knows the ins and outs of a estate agency thoroughly, then I promise you I can help you beat the competitors that you want to beat. Okay? So all I'm going to ask in return is that you sign up to BestAgent. You activate your BestAgent back office account, which is free. There's no obligation. There's no monthly subscription. There's no contract or tie-in. You can leave at any time. It's completely free. But if you do that, BestAgent is the property site that's got all the properties, including yours, on there for sale and to let up and down the country. And I want to make sure that you've activated your back office account so that you get the free telephone leads that we provide through BestAgent, so that you get the vendor inquiries and the viewing inquiries that you can decide whether or not you want to take or not. It's pay per lead. All agents pay the same price. The leads are priced based on the value of the property they're inquiring on. So it's a one charging structure for all agents, no matter what size you are. There's no risk whatsoever. So even if you're someone who's been frustrated with me and thinks that I'm actually against agents, you'll find out that I'm not. I'm on your side if you're a good agent. And what I'm hoping is it is going to be the fairest source of new business, where the big overvaluing agents do not get their volume discount for leads that actually is part of the whole problem. Because I want you to start seeing the leads that are coming from BestAgent, because the leads we're sending from BestAgent, we are intending and hoping and working towards those leads being of much higher quality. And by that, I mean, not only is the data accurate, but they are actually meaningful movers. They're not tire kickers. They're not time wasters. They're people who actually need the services of a good agent. And if they're booking viewings, it's because they're ready to view and they're actually ready to move. And if they're looking for an agent to sell or let their home, they're not just tire kickers. They're not just people who want a valuation. They're people who actually want to get sold. And you can have access to those for zero money. Access to those leads, to respond to them, to meet them and talk to them, just by having your BestAgent back office account up and running, which you can do at bestagent.co.uk. There's also a CRM system called Back Office there. That's not free. And that's not, you don't need to use that. To have access to all of this free training and insight sharing I'm going to do this year. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wish you all a very happy new year, a very prosperous. I mean, 2024, the market actually, I think, has real opportunities for better agents. I think that 2024, there will be agents who are intelligent, switched on, forward-thinking agents who will see their transaction volumes grow. Because by the way, guys, overvaluing is a transaction volume killer, and not overvaluing leads to more transactions. I'm going to be also sharing with you the whole campaign I'm going to be doing on the Moving Home with Charlie channels about ending overvaluing using transparency of housing market and house prices. I'm going to be inviting you to participate and contribute to that. And if you do, you'll get a benefit on BestAgent. There's so much happening this year, but I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to ask you to make sure you're following on BestAgent's YouTube channel. So subscribe if you're not already. You can also watch this on LinkedIn, on my BestAgent Boss Twitter account or X account. But I'm going to be doing private, unrecorded training sessions for agents, free of charge, for agents who've got back office accounts set up and running. So make sure you set up your BestAgent back office account at bestagent.co.uk and stand by your beds. I will be back soon. I'm going to be putting out stuff most days to help you. And I'm here to help you, right? I am, no matter what you think about what I've been saying in the last year or so, I am on the side of good agents, and you will see why. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.